Hey y'all, how you doing? I'm glad you came back to watch another video, listen to another story. This pretty good story has to do with fireworks, Mercury Bobcat, and a few minor and a couple serious firework injuries and law enforcement. So if you want to hear this story, when I was 15 and running around like a little wild kid back in the backwoods, go ahead and stick around. Do me a favor, if you like it, hit the like button for me. If you want to hear more, hit subscribe, go to notifications, click the bell. Let's go. All right, everybody, here we go. So this story goes back to when I was about 15. I think it was the summer I turned 15. So when we was growing up, the little town we grew up in had a car auction. And most of us boys and some of the girls, we all worked at that car auction at one point or another, driving cars through or something, you know. We had some sort of job going on there. Well, that's where most of us bought our first vehicles too. And growing up where I grew up, we started driving pretty early, pretty young. And so by the time I was 14, I was already driving everywhere I wanted to go anyways. I had worked at the car auction and saved my money enough to where one night I could buy me a car, you know, for a couple $100. And back then it wasn't nothing to get a car for a couple $100 that you could drive all summer, you know what I mean, without any issues. And we did it a lot. Anyways, we kept the junkyard full. So this time I had bought me a Mercury Bobcat, and I'm almost certain I give $150 for it at the auction. It was burgundy with silver racing stripe going down the middle of it. It might have had two stripes on it, actually. I can't remember. But anyways, I thought it was pretty cool looking. It wasn't a Ford Pinto, but it looked like a Ford Pinto. It had the same four-cylinder in it, the same four-speed transmission. And anyways, it was a pretty cool little car. So I bought it for pretty sure $150. And you know, just started driving it around. I honestly don't think I ever licensed it. I'm pretty sure I never got license plates on this car. Because what we would do is we'd buy these cars and we'd just dirt road them. We'd go everywhere we wanted on a dirt road, maybe just have to go down the highway a couple miles before you hit another dirt road, you know. So the odds of getting caught by a cop was pretty slim. And plus we only had one cop in our town that would show up, a deputy sheriff. Texas County 207. And he give chase once in a while, but those are some different stories, because those are actually some good stories. Dukes of Hazzard story. So anyways, we got the Mercury Bobcat I bought, and then a buddy of mine, real close friend of mine, we called him Gus. So I'll just call him Gus. Gus, he went and got him a Mercury Bobcat. Now his was blue and silver, but the same paint scheme. And so anyways, 4th of July comes around. We've been driving these cars around. I could tell stories about just the cars, you guys. But anyways, we had so much fun in those cars. They're goats, man. Tough little cars. Gosh dang, we took them everywhere. But anyways, 4th of July comes around. And as you know it, you know, I grew up in a little bitty town. And it's surrounded by a lot of other little bitty towns. And I think there's about 3 little towns, and we all went to the same school. And So we had friends kind of scattered out, but not more than 10 or 12 miles away. We gather up a bunch of guys. 4th of July, we're going to have a party down at the lake. Now, it's not really a lake. It's just a big pond. But it is called the lake by the Conservation Department. Well, it's public, and you could camp there. And it's actually the head of a horse trail and hiking trail. So we were just going to have us a little 4th of July party down there. And before we did this, somebody had to go to town and get all the fireworks. So we got a bunch of money together and got one of the older guys with a driver's license to go get a bunch of bottle rockets and whistlers and Roman candles. Now, that's all we had. A whole bunch of Roman candles. I don't know how many bottle rockets and whistlers, but box of them. Big box of them. Couple $100 worth of fireworks and just bottle rockets and Roman candles. So we're going to have us a bottle rocket war, right? I mean, that's obviously what's going on here. So we use the Roman candles, fire them at each other first, you know what I mean? So you have basically a Roman candle war, launching mortars, right? And then once that's over, you use the tube to launch your bottle rockets and whistlers, right? And if you don't know what a whistler is, it's a bottle rocket that whistles, okay? So it sounds cool, and it's a little more scary when it's coming at you. Okay. Coming in. So anyways, you get a warning, but it makes it a little more scary. So somehow, some reason, and honestly, it was probably my idea. I always come up with all the really dumb ideas that would usually get us in trouble. Well, I had acquired a red light that spins. You know, like in the old 50s and 60s movies, you know, and the detective or whatever pulls out and he grabs that big red light and he pulls it out and sticks it on top of his car. Okay, so I had one of those. Okay. And I mean, you could hear this thing turning. Anyways, I had acquired one of these. And so I got this bright idea that we would do like a police chase. So I'm gonna chase my buddy Gus and his Bobcat, and we're just gonna dirt road, and I'm gonna pretend I'm the cops and they're trying to get away, and him and a couple of our buddies, he's driving, but we got a couple buddies in the back of his car with the hatch up, and they're shooting Roman candles at me while I'm chasing them down the dirt road, right? So it's pretty good. We were having a lot of fun, you know, drifting the old dirt road corners, and I mean, we're really giving chase. We're having fun, and they're lighting up bottle rockets. I got that light on my car. Man, we're cruising around, and this is like, you know, this is early in the night. This is how we got it started, right? So we're basically dirt roading, big circle, to where we end up at the lake where we're going to have our fireworks war anyways. You know, we're going to have our bottle rocket fight. And so we do the cop chase. Well, we go down this road that is it's a blacktop road. It's basically just a like tar on top of gravel. Okay, but there's way more tar. And my dirt road would hit that road. So during our chase and having fun, we hit that road. Well, one of my school teachers lived on that road, and she's a really cool teacher. We used to buck hay for her husband, and that's a different story. And also this other fella named Melvin, He lived on that dirt road, or he lived on that blacktop road right where the dirt road hit the blacktop. And he was a lawnmower guy. And he used to put tires on our cars if we would do burnouts in front of his house till the tires blew on our cars. Well, we would buy cars at the auction. We would take them in front of Melvin's house. Now, this is just tar. It's like a racetrack. It's just a strip of tar, you guys, I'm telling you. And we'd brake torque them old cars. And we'd get the tires smoking. We'd just sit there and smoke the tires until they blew. We'd cripple them into Melvin's house, which was right, we was right at his driveway. So we'd just pull in his house. And he had a stack of used tires that he would go buy at the tire shop to put on our cars if we had a blowout, because he had all the stuff there. He changed tires and all that, right? So anyways, that's side point. Good stories there though. Blew out a lot of tires in front of Melvin's house. Anyways, so we're doing this cop chase down this blacktop road. Well, this blacktop runs into main highway, right? So we can't get on the main highway because of, other traffic and whatnot. Now, this old blacktop road, everybody that lived on it was already in bed. By the time we was on this road messing around, they was all in bed already. Probably half a dozen people on a 5-mile road, you know what I'm saying? So, no danger there, really. But at the end of this road, where we had to stop and turn around to go back, so we didn't go to the highway, done the big, in the highway during the chase, I spin my car around behind Gus. He takes off, but he stops, and he stops right in front of the teacher's house, and they start shooting Roman candles at us. Well, I got this light on my car. You know what I mean? It's going. Looks like a cop. If you look out the window, you're probably going to think it's a cop or an ambulance or something, right? We wasn't thinking about that because, like I said, we assumed everybody was in bed. Roman candles don't make a lot of noise, right? They're not popping and blowing up. So they're shooting Roman candles at us. Well, there's a couple guys in my car too, and they jump out with Roman candles, and they're shooting Roman candles back, like we're the cops, and we're yelling, freeze, we're going to shoot, and all this stuff, right? We're playing. So we're doing it all. We're acting this out. We're acting it out, like, for real. Well, apparently the teacher, she was not asleep. And she looks out her window, and all she sees and hears to her is a shootout in front of her house. So she calls 911, which I think they had 911 back then. Either way, she called the sheriff's department. Because I'm saying Texas County this and that, I was saying that I was the Texas County Sheriff's Department. But we didn't think anybody was watching or could hear us. And, this was just between us boys having fun, acting out a police chase and a shootout. Anyways, we never noticed the teacher. We end up jumping back in our cars, taking off back down the blacktop, get back on my dirt road, cut back down past my house. And that dirt road was 2 miles long exactly, and pretty much a straight stretch. So, I mean, we're giving her, and we knew that dirt road real good too. So, we're really having fun, fishtailing and all that. We get back into town, basically. We drive right through the little town, shooting Roman candles at each other, lights on, nothing, right? There's nobody in town. It's shut down. So everybody's in bed, right? Nobody is Oh, you guys, I got a head cold. I've been a little sick. Everybody's in bed. So, you know, it's no big deal. Plus, listen, where I grew up, everybody knew everybody. And just about everybody that lived around there, they already knew that all of us boys was going to be out, running around, you know, no telling what kind of shenanigans we was going to get started. I mean, they knew, right? So, I don't think anyone was surprised when these two Mercury Bobcats go flying through town, light and fireworks flying out of both of them, you know. I mean, we're out in the middle of nowhere, you guys. We basically policed ourselves out there, right? So, this is no lie. And you guys got to remember, this is back late 80s, early 90s. Early 90s, I guess, actually. Like, you know, right at the beginning. But anyways, it's still a little bit wild out there. There wasn't, we had free range. So anyways, we end up getting to the lake. So once we get down to the lake, the police chase is over. That's ended. We're like, whoo, everybody, man, that was fun, right? And I think we probably had some beers. I'm pretty sure we had some beers. We're all, you know, cracking open beers. Yeah, it's a good time. Trying to be big, you know, trying to be grown up. We thought it was cool. So we was doing it, right? So anyways, we divide up into two teams. And how we did our bottle rocket fight was across the parking lot. One team was kind of in the ditch on one side of the parking lot. The other team was in the ditch, which was really in the camping area. But the parking lot set up higher, so it dropped down camping area. Get it? So there's kind of a berm right there, and a little bit of a hump or a hill. And we're hiding behind that on this side, and they're over here doing the same thing on the other side. Now on this side is where you go get on the hiking trail and the horse trail, so it kind of has the same action going on. Anyways, we're shooting across the parking lot at each other. Now this parking lot was probably, it was every bit of, you know, 50, 60 foot. I mean, it wasn't like real close. We wasn't right up on each other, but we wasn't that far either. So we divvy up all the bottle rockets and all the whistlers, and everybody's got a Roman candlestick to use as a launcher. So we set up our teams. Now the age group is about the same, and we're talking like 14 to about 16 years old, you know, so that's how old all of us were. Because Gus, he had a driver's license, so I know he was 16. And I think there's a couple of his buddies there that was at least 16 too. One of them might have been 17 even, but average 14 to 16. Anyways, so we're all pretty young teenagers. And we start having this war. And, you know, at first it's just back and forth, and everything's kind of, you know, like an average bottle rocket war, but there's not a whole lot of action, you know what I mean? It's like the bottle rockets are blowing up right out in front of us. They're barely making it across the parking lot half the time. And, you know, just kind of sucked, right? So what ends up happening is we kind of start working around that parking lot to where the two groups end up getting a lot closer to each other. And to the point to where now we're just fighting across the dirt road. We have scooted all the way down to where the dirt road come into the parking lot. So now we're just like, 12 foot apart. And now it's getting exciting. Now the action is real. I mean, bottle rockets are blowing up. Kaboom! Right here. And some of them will even hit you and bounce off of you and blow up, I mean, it was close quarters kind of stuff now. And you got these whistlers. Okay, so now bottle rocket is all paper with the little stick in it, right? Still dangerous, but, it's paper. It blows up. It doesn't hit. When it hits, it doesn't really hurt. But a whistler has a plastic tip on it. It has a plastic head on it. So when that thing hits you, boom, you feel it. And when it blows up, and I don't know how true this is, but it sure did seem like the whistlers had a little more bang to them than the regular bottle rockets. And we were shooting black cats too. And so anyways, I don't know if that matters, but I know that when you got hit by a whistler, it hurt. Bottle rockets, not that bad. Bottle rockets didn't hurt that bad. So anyways, it's all fun and games, and we're shooting at each other. Well then, I can't say his name. He jumps out of the ditch. He's on the other side. And I can't remember who it was on my side. It could have even been me that did it. I might have done it. But this person was charging our line. He jumped up. He's doing, bonsai. He comes running at us. And one of us jumps up and fires at him. And I know you guys have heard it, the saying, well, it happened. He got hit with a whistler. Boom. Wasn't right in his eye, but it hit him right there between the eye and the nose. Right there it hit him. But it shut his eye. His eye swelled up. He hit the ground, man down. So we stopped, right? Everybody stops. Man down, man down. We all jump up out of the ditch. We go grab him. And of course, we have water and soda and beer. We had all kinds of stuff in the cars. We drag him back to the car. We're first aid now. Now it's a full-blown medic deal. We get his face cleaned off. And we evaluate the situation. And we had coolers with ice, right? Because we had beers and sodas and water. So we get ice out of the cooler. Somebody takes their shirt off. We fill it full of ice. Boom, he's out of the war. So now we've got one casualty. He's in the back of the Bobcat, hatch up, ice on his eye. He's out. So that team lost a guy, right? So far, my team's winning. So anyways, the war continues. We go back. Everyone gets in their positions. Now we just have a person watching now with one eye, keeping an eye on things. Anyways, so we go back to war. Man, I'm trying to get my mustache to grow out. I know I jumped off. I got ADD, guys. I'll be jumping subject sometimes, but them hairs get down in my... Man, that bugs me. Trying to grow it out, man. Anyways. So, we go back to war. So, Gus is on my team. Because me and Gus, back then, man, me and Gus was tight. I can tell you guys a story about when he ran away. That was the funniest thing. Anyways, that's a different story. That'd be a good one. Kind of short, but a good one. Anyways, it's kind of sad too. But me and Gus were on the same team. And them guys on the other team, they're mad. Right? They're mad at us because we took out one of their guys with close quarters combat. Which... I can't help it. He charged and he got taken out, right? So don't charge. Don't charge our line because we're that good, right? So trying to teach them guys a lesson. They didn't listen. So what they did was We had them pinned down because we got them outnumbered by one now. So we're firing that one extra more bottle rocket or whistler than they can fire. So we're kind of keeping them pinned down. They're getting mad about it. So they jump up, all of them, and they rush us, and they're ready to fire. You know what I mean? Well, we're not ready for that. I wasn't even thinking they was going to do that because we hadn't been fighting that long. So I didn't think they, 10 minutes later that we was going to get rushed. So I'm like, they're coming. Get ready, here they come. They're like, ah, they're war crying and everything. Now, it's only 12 feet, you guys. It's only 12 feet. You don't have a whole lot of time to react. The time it takes for you to get your punk or your cigarette or your lighter to your fuse and get it lit and aim, that time is cut down really short. So we got rushed, and they was ready, and they fired on us. Oh, Gus took one. But it was a firecracker, or it was a regular bottle rocket. It wasn't a whistler. But he took one right between the eyes, just like old boy did. Boom! Blew up in his face. Boom! We go straight back into medic mode. We dragged Gus over to the car. And Gus was a big guy, so we got him over to the car, though. We got him cleaned up, same thing, got the ice. But now, there's been 2 injuries, both of them in the face. And that's all it really took for us to realize right then that this is not a good idea. I think we need to stop before something really bad happens. You know what I mean? So we went ahead and put the brakes on it. And, we shot bottle rockets and stuff. And we ended up shooting whistlers all night. We was drinking beer. It turned into a bunch of teenagers drinking beers and every once in a while lighting off a firecracker or breaking the stick off of them and light it and just chuck it. See where it goes. Them things are crazy, right? They'll just go everywhere. So we started doing that too, just pulling the sticks off, lighting them and throwing them at each other, We all passed out down there. We wake up the next morning, everybody goes home. So I go home, I go up my room, I go to bed. I go back to bed. I'm wore out. I get woke up by my older brother. Matt. I'm like, what? Cops are here. I'm like, what? I said, why are the cops here? I don't know, but they want to talk to you. I don't know why they're here, but they want to talk to you. I was like, all right. So it's not even dawning on me yet, not yet, that what I did was completely, totally illegal. You know what I mean? Impersonating law enforcement. Even if you're just playing around, being kids, and it's illegal. Okay? Don't do it. I'm serious. I'm laughing because I'm embarrassed that I got caught and I even did it. Okay? Don't never do nothing like that. Anyways, never. So, luckily, like I said, one cop town. So this cop knew me and my brothers from the time we was real little. And he, he'd already got on to us for other stuff. And like I said, I got stories about this guy. He was a fun cop. He really was. He would have fun with us. Anyways, that's beside the point. Like he wasn't mean. He wasn't a mean cop. Okay, he understood how boys are. As long as we wasn't hurting nobody or stealing and robbing, he cut us a lot of slack. So, I mean, even like car chases, right? Chasing us down dirt road and stuff. He'd let us get away. But anyways, he shows up. I get up. I go downstairs. I'm like, what's up, Texas County? 207. That was his badge number. That's what we called him. He hated that. He hated it. Anyway, so I was like, what's up, Texas County 207? He said, oh, nothing. He said, what was you doing last night, Matthew? I said, oh, we down there at the lake camping out, shooting off fireworks down at the lake. We wasn't doing nothing. He goes, oh, yeah? He said, we got a call last night that there was a Texas County deputy chasing a Mercury Bobcat or a Ford Pinto down that blacktop road right, down here, having a shootout. And they said that this cop car had one big red light right on top, and that two cars stopped in front of their house and started having a shootout, and then took off. And he said, you know who this is, and you guys scared her half to death. I said, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. He goes, Matt. He goes, you're going to tell me that wasn't you? You're going to stand here and lie to me like that? And I'm looking at him, and then my brother Mike chimes in. Oh, yeah, I showed him your red light. I was like, what? What'd you show him my red light for? So when I got home, I took that red light out of my car. It's a great big red light, right? So I know I can't be riding around with this red light in my car. I'm not, I know that much about it. So I had hid this red light in the well house, which is right by the driveway between the house and the driveway well house. So when I got home, I took it out of my car and just put it in the well house. Well, I always hid it in there, and my brother Mike knew about it. So when this deputy sheriff showed up, like I said, he was like a friend to all of us, like an uncle, right? Kind of like a really strict uncle. So my brother Mike's like, hey, check out what my brother Matt's got, and shows him my light. Why? I don't know. Why he did that, I don't know. I think he's just ratting me out, you know what I mean? Maybe he's jealous because he didn't have no Mercury Bobcat that could go anywhere and do burnouts. Come on. But anyways, that's a side point. My brother snitches me out about the red light, so I end up lying to the cop because I didn't know that I got kicked under the bus by my own brother, older brother at that. Rats me out. So I have to confess. I'm like, yeah, it was me. But I didn't think it, we was just playing. We was doing cops and robbers, and we thought everybody was in bed because it was late. And it was like 9, 10 o'clock, it was late. And I seriously thought everyone was in bed. And he knew I wasn't lying about that. He could tell I wasn't lying. And so we get out of that. So he gives me this big lecture about the light. Takes my light, takes it from me, and then makes me go drive to the teacher's house. Now, he knows I don't even have a driver's license. This is the kind of guy he is, y'all, right? He didn't care. He knew I could drive. He knew I could drive probably as good as him at 15. And I just turned 15. No, I hadn't even turned 15 yet. I was 14 because I turned 15 in July, right? My birthday's in July. So, which is this month, and my grandson's birthday is this month too. July 17th. That's cool. So, he knows it's me. So, he tells me, you're not going to get in any trouble. Nobody's going to press charges on you. I'm going to tell the sheriff that it was just you and you guys were just playing and I got the light, so it won't happen again. He said, but you got to go apologize to the teacher because you guys really scared her. And you need to tell her what was going on, what happened. And that was probably the hardest part of the whole thing, was going to my teacher's house. And guys, she was my teacher all the way through high school. And I think maybe she might have even been one of my elementary teachers. I can't remember. Small town, small school. Some of them teachers taught every class in the school. You know what I mean? So, anyways, I went to her house, and this really sucked because they knew me and my brothers and all my friends. We all had our own hay crew. So, you know, her husband knew us. Now, I don't think he was upset by it. I think he actually thought it was kind of funny because he never said nothing. And then afterwards, like when we went to go do his hay, he was like teasing us about it, you know, and laughing. So I think he thought it was funny that we did it and that we got caught. Anyways, we never did that crap no more. So we had a good time. We had 2 guys that got hurt pretty good. Both of them ended up being okay. Nobody lost their eyesight or nothing. First guy, he had a pretty good black eye for a little while. Gus, he just had a burn because he like literally got hit right in the forehead, right between the eyes. Boom, right? So he had this burn on his forehead for a little while. You know, a bit of a scab, which we teased him about till it went away. You know it. But anyways, cops show up, take my light, so that that kind of fun is gone. And don't worry, I end up getting another light and sirens. That's a whole nother story too, with the LTD Crown Vic. Also, I mean, I decked it out like a detective's cop car. Oh, guys, I used to get in so much trouble. It was innocent fun. Innocent fun, you guys. No one ever got hurt or nothing, but man, I'd sit around with my scanner. Anyways, The main thing is, I didn't let it ruin my summer. I didn't let it change anything. We kept having fun. I still had my car. We still dirt roading. We were still taking the cars and doing whatever we wanted. And I got some good stories about that Mercury Bobcat and me and Gus. Anyways, we had a blast. We never gave up. We kept on keeping on. So remember, no matter how bad you might think it is, somebody's probably got it worse. So don't sweat the little stuff, okay? When something comes up, squatch it real tight. Like that. Squatch it, right? Keep on keeping on. Call a friend, call a family member, and if you don't know someone, call 988. They'll listen. They're trained, and they're there because they want to be. Most of them are volunteers. So give them a call. Somebody out there is going to help you get over whatever hill you're climbing. They'll help you up and over and on to a new journey. Amen? God is good. Pray. And always do unto others as you would have others do unto you. Peace.